It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. This is your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso, on SABC3. Happy Monday to you, and thanks for starting the week off with us. Hope you're certainly getting all of your full dose of feel-good today.
That's right. Well, if you're struggling to get your kids to eat healthy, don't worry. We have Meg Faure in the lounge with you and to talk about how to instill healthy eating habits with the family.
Now, looking after your own health is hard work, as it is. So imagine having a whole family's health in your hands. Now, if you're feeling a little overwhelmed by life and like you're not giving your family the wholesome, healthy nutrients that they need every single day, then stay right where you are, because we've got some good advice this morning. One of the easiest things that you can do to keep your family healthy is as simple as making jungle oats for breakfast. It's high in fiber, low in GI, assists in heart wellness, and keeps you feeling fuller for longer. Now, Meg Faure is back in studio with us this morning to give us all some advice on how to look after your family's health just a little bit better. Meg, thank you very much for joining us this morning.
Hi, Ian.
Lovely, man. I love focusing on this because, I mean, as a parent, this is a challenge in my own household as well. And I think this might sound like an obvious question, but maybe not. I don't know. But why is it important for kids to eat healthy?
Yeah. So kids are extremely busy, and they're busy growing and learning. So the two critical things are their energy levels and their building of muscles. So those are the two critical things. And then, of course, we've got immunity as well. So your little one is actually needing a very nutritious diet in order to bed down all of those needs.
Now, I know that maybe a lot of parents feel that, but they're still young, you know, they can do with a, extra batch of like bought fish fingers or something, but it really comes down to instilling good eating habits. And you as a parent, you are the one responsible for that. So how can parents go about just being more aware of setting that example?
Yeah, so a couple of things. Definitely modeling what you eat, so your kids will follow your lead.
Yeah.
The second thing would be a healthy breakfast. Starting the day right every day is very, very important. Yes. And in fact, it sets up your child's eating for the rest of the day. And then in terms of the rest of the day, having regular meals and 2 snacks, because often we forget about the fact that little ones need quick energy. Yeah. And so having snacks mid-morning and mid-afternoon and healthy lunchbox snacks become very, very important as well.
Yeah. So what are some of those kind of secrets that you can part with this morning, if I can say that? But because children in general, they're fussy eaters. If I just take a look at my 2 boys, it's hard to get them to eat your broccolis and your squash pumpkins and all of those kind of things. So how can you actually maybe hide it, but obviously you want to still keep the nutrients and make sure that it's still healthy?
Yeah, so definitely a quick fix is smoothies. So particularly like for little ones your kids' age, if they have been fussy during the day, you're battling to get in the fruit and veggies, giving them a nice smoothie in the evening is great. Often kids actually don't eat very well in the evenings, and so creating a smoothie that's got some fruit and vegetables in it is a wonderful way to go about it. And then also just preparing for the day ahead and making sure that you've got enough snacks in the fridge that are healthy, and particularly not processed carbohydrates. We don't want them to be snacking in on chips and sweets, because those things just fill the gap in terms of calories but do absolutely nothing nutritionally.
Yeah. Which is, I'm so glad you said that the majority of kids have problem eating at night, because it's been a struggle in my house. It's been absolutely crazy. I have to come up with very inventive ways to make sure that they eat something green or so. But you mentioned sugar as well. Sugar is a big culprit, I think, in many, many households, not only for the obvious, the sweets, but also within ingredients. So how do we look at that? How do we approach the whole big sugar debate with regards to our kids?
So sugar is hidden in absolutely everything. Yeah. I mean, the majority of breakfast cereals have sugar in it. Almost every meal that you offer that's a pre-cooked meal from a shop has also got sugar in it. And so you don't want to have any added sugar. So a couple of the ways that you can get in some healthy sweetness, an example is dates. I mean, dates are absolutely wonderful in baking. There's actually lots of super recipes that replace sugar and, in fact, anything sweet with dates. So you can kind of mash them up and put them into baking. And also pop them on top of the porridge in the morning instead of putting a tablespoon of sugar on. Yeah. So dates are wonderful. Maple syrup, which is very expensive, but used in very small doses can be cost effective, is a wonderful sweetener. It actually doesn't have any sugars in it. It really is the sap of the tree. So that's well worth using. And a little bit of honey as well. That would be the direction I would go. Yeah. But trying to limit fruit juices and limit actual sugar, tablespoons of sugar, would be very important in a kid's diet.
And that is, I mean, like I mentioned, that is tough, because with the fast-paced lives that we're leading as parents and trying to, just make ends meet at the end of the day, it's very easy just to throw something on a plate and give it to the child. But I think really a little bit more thought needs to go into it.
Definitely. And just trying to avoid the sugar. You know, the other thing with sugar is that the more you have, the more you crave. And so as soon as you start cutting out of your child's diet, you'll actually find that they want less sugar as well. So try and avoid sugary fruit juices and sugar as a whole.
Perfect. Meg, thank you very much for joining us this morning for some brilliant advice. I mean, it's not always easy to get kids excited about healthy eating, but by setting a good example as a parent and with a few clever tricks, you can give them the nutritional head start that they do need to navigate through their own daily challenges.
South Africa's original oat champion now has a range of nutritious, delicious muesli. New Jungle Muesli, available in an exciting variety of flavors.